We think you're doing something beautiful, something loving. Every night, your dog climbs up beside you, curls into your warmth, and the world feels right. You fall asleep thinking, this is what having a dog should feel like. But tonight, I need to tell you something that is going to be hard to hear. Something most dog owners go their entire lives without knowing. What feels like love to you may be slowly destroying the one you love most. I am not here to make you feel like a bad owner. I am here because your dog cannot tell you this themselves, and someone has to. So before you skip this, before you tell yourself your dog is different, stay with me, because the signs are already there. You have already seen them. You just did not know what they meant. Let's go back to the very beginning. The first night. Do you remember it? They whimpered. They scratched at the door, and you, because you loved them, let them in. It felt like the right thing to do. It felt kind. It felt like comfort. But in that moment, without knowing it, you sent your dog a message that would echo in their brain every single night from that point forward. You told them, "You are not safe unless I am right beside you." And your dog believed you. They had no reason not to. You are their whole world. Every signal you send, they absorb completely. Every habit you create, they build their entire emotional reality around. Now here is where the science comes in. And this is the part that should concern every single dog owner watching this right now. Behavioral scientists have a name for what happens to dogs in this situation. They call it hyperattachment. And it is far more serious than most people realize. Hyper-attachment is when a dog becomes so emotionally dependent on one person's presence that they completely lose the ability to self-regulate, to calm themselves, to feel safe when that person is not physically there. And here is what that looks like in real life. You get up to use the bathroom at 2 a.m. Your dog jolts awake. Their heart rate spikes. Their eyes go wide and they follow you down the hall because even 30 seconds alone in the dark feels like abandonment to them. That is not a quirk. That is not them being cute. That is a nervous system that has been trained by you, unintentionally, to associate your absence with danger. Every single night while you slept peacefully, your dog was quietly learning to be afraid. Now I want you to think about what that does to a body over time. Chronic low-level stress in dogs does the same thing it does in humans. It weakens the immune system. It disrupts sleep quality. It raises baseline cortisol levels until anxiety is not just a feeling anymore. It becomes their permanent default state. Your dog is not sleeping deeply beside you. They are monitoring you. Even in sleep, their nervous system is tracking your breathing, your movement, the rhythm of your heartbeat. Not because they are devoted, because they are afraid of what happens the moment that rhythm changes. And when morning comes and you are still there, their system floods with relief. But here is the truth about that relief. It is not joy. It is the temporary lifting of fear. And fear that lifts every morning is fear that comes back every single night. This is the cycle. Anxiety, monitoring, relief, repeat. Night after night after night. Building deeper, growing stronger, until your dog cannot function without you present, not just at night, but always, because here is what most owners never connect. Hyperattachment does not stay in the bedroom. It follows your dog into every moment of every day. The dog who cannot sleep without you is the same dog who tears apart the couch the moment you leave the house, the same dog who barks for 3 hours straight and the neighbors hate you for it, the same dog who refuses to eat when you are not home. The same dog who, when you finally return, does not just greet you with happiness. They greet you with a desperation that breaks your heart if you look at it closely enough, because that is not excitement. That is the relief of a creature who genuinely believed they might never see you again. And you caused that. Not with cruelty, not with neglect, but with too much closeness. Too much comfort given too freely. Too many nights of letting them in, because it was easier than hearing them cry. If what I am saying is landing hard right now, hit like on this video. Because you staying here means you actually care, and your dog needs an owner who cares enough to hear the hard things. Now let me ask you something. When you imagine a happy dog, what do you picture? A dog running freely, tail high, completely at ease in their own body, exploring the world with confidence, not needing to look back every 3 seconds to make sure you are still there. That dog exists. That version of your dog is possible, but it cannot exist inside a hyper-attachment cycle. It cannot exist in a dog whose entire emotional stability is built on your physical presence in the same room. A truly happy dog is not one who needs you every second. A truly happy dog is one who is secure enough to be without you and still feel safe, still feel loved. Still feel loved. The world is okay even when you are not in it. That kind of security does not come from co-sleeping. It comes from boundaries, from teaching your dog gently and consistently that your leaving always leads to your returning. That alone does not mean abandoned, that they are safe even in the silence. And here is the part that gives me real hope. The damage is not permanent. I need you to hear that. Your dog has not been broken beyond repair. Dogs are some of the most resilient creatures on this planet. With patience, with the right approach, with slow, consistent training that rebuilds their sense of safety from the inside out, you can undo this. You can give your dog back something they should have had all along. Peace. Real, deep, unshakable peace. The kind that lives in their body even when you are not in the room. The kind that lets them sleep soundly in their own space without anxiety crawling through their chest. But it starts with one honest decision. The decision to stop doing what feels good to you and start doing what is actually good for them. Those two things are not always the same, and the best owners are the ones who know the difference. Because here is the question you need to sit with tonight. When your dog follows you to bed and you pull them close and feel that warmth against your side, who is that really for? Is it for them? Or is it for you? Because if we are being completely honest, humans need comfort too. We get lonely. We love being needed. There is something deeply soothing about a warm body beside you in the dark. And there is nothing wrong with that feeling. But when that feeling comes at the cost of your dog's mental health, it is time to be honest about it. Your dog would do anything for you. They would follow you anywhere. They would never choose themselves over you, not even once. That is the nature of the bond. And because of that, the responsibility falls entirely on you. They cannot protect themselves from the habits you create. They cannot choose a healthier dynamic. They can only live inside whatever world you build for them. So build them a world where they feel safe, not just when you are there, but always. Start small. One night with their bed beside yours instead of in it. Then gradually move it further. Let them learn that distance is not danger, that your closed door is not a threat, that the dark and the quiet are not things to be feared. It will not be easy at first. They will cry. They will scratch. They will look at you with those eyes that make you want to give in immediately. But staying consistent in those moments is not cruelty. It is the most loving thing you can do. Because every time you hold the boundary, every time you let them sit with the discomfort and discover that they survived it, you are handing them back a piece of themselves, a piece of their confidence, a piece of their independence, a piece of the dog they were always meant to be. Imagine your dog 6 months from now, sleeping peacefully in their own space, not panicking when you leave, greeting you when you return with genuine happiness instead of desperate relief, playing freely, eating well, living with a nervous system finally at rest. That dog is not a fantasy. That dog is what is waiting on the other side of one hard decision. The decision to love them better than they know how to ask for. So tonight, when they look up at you and wait, pause for just one moment, look at them. Really look. And ask yourself if what you have been giving them is love, or if it is just comfort dressed up as love. Because your dog deserves the real thing. The kind of love that puts their peace above your comfort. The kind that is patient enough to do the hard work. The kind that looks at that small, trusting face and chooses their freedom over your own need to keep them close. That is what they have been waiting for. That is what they have always deserved. And now, you finally know.